When you start a new business, you might be tempted to offer your services for free. And sometimes it's a good idea, but sometimes it's a bad idea or even a terrible idea. So let's discuss when it is okay, when it's not okay, when can you make exceptions. But before we do it, if you want to benefit from this video most, I want you to pause the video and do your own thinking, like when and why do you think it is a good idea and when it isn't. So see you in a few seconds. Okay, so it's very simple. You either offer your services for free or at a very low price, or at a discounted price, and then you switch to normal price. So when are those two situations? So there are two different situations. So the free version, you offer things for free or very low price when you just start something that you have very little experience in. Something that you know you can do, but you haven't really done a lot of it, or you haven't done it commercially. Whereas if you're an expert in something and you're just now going freelancing, or if you are going to a different area maybe where people don't know you, this is when you actually charge people maybe discounted price, and then you switch to a higher price. So how could this work? So let's discuss the free version first. So you go to people and say, hey, I am starting this new business. I offer these and these services. I'm quite good at it, and I'm happy to do these things for you for free, ideally for a small payment of, I don't know, £10, let's say, just to cover my traveling costs and then my breakfast. And I'll do the job for you for free because I just want to get experience. I want to show you that that I can actually do it. Now, remember not to be desperate. The customers you want to attract is people who have money and are willing to pay for your services, ideally. Especially if you are doing the not free option, yeah? With the free option, well, maybe for the sake of experience, you can do something for free, knowing that those people will never actually hire you, but at least you will get experience and they can give you recommendations. So this is important, yeah? You can actually get testimonials and know that if you find some customers, they can call these people and ask them, and they will put a good word for you. So that's another good reason to do something for free. But never do it out of desperation just to promote yourself. It's not a good idea. Remember, eventually you need to start making money, and actually quite soon. So make sure that you attract the right type of customers, people who are willing to pay. Okay, so if you are already an experienced person, never do things for free. Maybe a sample, like 1 hour, that's fine. But there is an exception, actually. I'm gonna tell you when, but normally you should never do things for free. Why? Well, you need to attract the right type of customers. If you offer your services for free, that attracts the wrong type of customers, people who don't have money or are not willing to pay. They will not become your customers anyway, so why would you bother? If you're already experienced, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You know you're good, and this is the charge. The standard rate in the market, and that's what you want, or more, or maybe sometimes you can go for less. Now, how would you do that? So how do you approach a client who would like to test you, but they are not willing actually to pay you full price because for whatever reason, they got burned in the past, and people didn't deliver what they promised. So you say the simple thing, hey, let's work for a day or for an hour. I'll show you what I can do, and then we'll discuss it further. Or let's work for a week. You'll pay me the discounted price. If you want me to work for you long term, then I'm happy to do a trial for a week. And then after a week, we'll see if we like each other, if we're a good match, and then we'll continue working, based on that, and we'll come up with some understanding. It's really easy standard practice. So by the way, remember, always make sure that the customer is a good match for you. So don't just get a job because someone is paying you good money, because sometimes that is not enough. Sometimes the customer is terrible, and if you have this feeling that you shouldn't work for them, don't. Seriously. Unless you're desperate, obviously, then you can get the job, earn some money, but quickly find other customers. Okay, so when can we make an exception? I'll give you an exception. Is I had this situation. So I went to see this Jewish guy. He runs a legitimate business. I was in his office. I saw the business, saw his employees. He showed me a lot of things, and he had a job for me that couldn't be actually very well evaluated, so to say. So the results were not easily measurable. It was transferring something from a spreadsheet to another spreadsheet, changing the format and a few other things in order to sell the same merchandise on a different market. So that was a bit of a job that was difficult to evaluate, and a few other things he wanted me to do. So I said to him, look, no problem, let me show you what I can do, and then we'll continue working. Because I had a good feeling about the guy. I could see he was genuine, and he was interested in seeing what I can do, and he wanted to, start selling immediately on other markets. So I knew if this works, I'm going to have a job for a bit longer. And it did work. After 2 weeks, I came to see him. He was really pleased with what I had done for him then, and he paid me for the time. He was very happy to pay me for the job that I had done, and then he started paying me actually in advance for every week, actually, and I worked with him for a few months. I made some good money with him. It was really, really good. So there are exceptions, but you need to use your wits. Is this the right situation? Is the person a genuine business person, or is the person just looking for some cheap work, or looking to exploit someone, or just get some free work, from someone? So that's it. Use your feeling, use common sense, think about it. Don't be desperate. That's number one. If someone wants you to work for free or for some very low money, you need to stop for a moment and think, and tell the person, okay, let me think about it, and ask them more questions just to get the conversation longer, to find out more about the business. Have they worked with someone before? And if you see their attitude, they're like, no, you need to do this for free, or I'm not gonna pay you anything. If they have bad attitude, don't work with them, seriously. And don't work for them even if you are looking for just some feedback, recommendations, because if they have bad attitude, they will probably not recommend you. And on the contrary, they might actually not like your job, even though you do a good job. They will say, oh, that is rubbish. There are people like this, and you need to avoid them. And that's it. So don't be desperate. Really use your heart and your mind, and you're gonna be all right. Okay. So always ask people for some money, ideally even just a little payment, just to cover your costs. Okay. I think this is a common sense. If I want to do any job for you, even if it's like, I don't know, painting, something simple, at least pay me, for some effort, for my travel, for my breakfast, and maybe for the clothes that I might damage while painting. So always ask for some money. Okay, so thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care.